But it was said today that Treylon Burks has asthma. All right, we talked about how his
position coach Rob Moore said that in his media availability today.
We've been talking for a while about how he's out of shape. He looks out of shape. Looks like he's put on a little bit of weight.
That's also true.
His head coach in college has said that he was out of shape at one point in Arkansas. He's out of shape. So I simply retweeted the comment from, I believe, Caroline Fenton had tweeted out that Rob Moore, receivers coach, said, well, he's been dealing with asthma. I retweeted and said, and this is all true. I have asthma. Went to the hospital a few times. I was a small child with asthma. It's gotten better as I've gotten older, but I have asthma. I'm asthmatic. I said, I have asthma, and it's also a lot worse when I'm out of shape, which right now in my life is always. So that's when I have bad asthma, is like right now. So someone responded and said, oh, here's Chad, who puts in 20 minutes on a Stairmaster and compares himself to a first-round pick.
Which is not what you were doing.
No, but this prompted me to reply to the guy and say, when I look better finishing a drill and can get through it without an inhaler, then yes, I'll compare myself to a first-round pick.
Right.
So then he responded and he said, we're going to have to put together a GoFundMe to get you out of the hospital if you tried to run a 15-yard post route. So I said, Hutton, deal. You come meet me at 6th and Peabody to this. It's a troll account. I don't know who it is.
Is he telling you he's going to defend you, or you just physically have to be able to run a 15-yard out?
I laid down the gauntlet. I said, you come here. You can defend the 15-yard deal. You can watch it, and I will be fine. I might be a little bit out of breath. I'm going to be fine to do 3 or 4 more of those and get through it just fine. So then his response is,
3 or 4 more, not 5.
I got to look at the exact word. He said, I will clamp you down. You won't catch one pass. And I said, okay, come on out. So then he keeps going further with, so you're not going to catch a pass if you run a 15-yard route. The first argument was I would die if I did a 15-yard route on air.
You're saying you would be able to make it through.
So I tell the guy where I'm located every day, where we do the show, come on down. I've got 5 minutes to dust you right after the show if you'd like in the parking lot.
We've got 20 yards of beer garden out
Absolutely. Here. So let's get together and do it. And then, so he says, DM me and we'll set up a time. So I DM him. And now the argument has become, he initially said, you are going to die, much like Treylon Burks looked like he was going to die, if you do a couple of the drills that he was doing. And I said, I will not look as good as he does doing it. I'm not near the athlete, but I will survive. It changed from that to, you don't know who I am, I will lock you down. You won't catch one pass. You run whatever route you want. So now I'm thinking, okay, this could be Cortland Finnegan on a troll account, former Titans cornerback. This could be someone who knows Cortland Finnegan that could just text him to show up and defend me. So I told the guy, I said,
Cortland's confident enough to just have a real account.
That was not the deal, though, right? I said, you said I couldn't do it. Now it's become you versus me in this. So I still am open to the idea of finding a time we can get our Outkick production crew a camera.
Oh, you come here, cameras are rolling.
Yeah. We can go here, we can go to a park, wherever. But I want to call it the Treylon Burks Challenge. I want to find out from someone that documented it when Treylon Burks had to leave with the inhaler the first day. I want to find out every drill that he did. I want to find out stretches, warm-up jogs, whatever, and get into that first drill or two where he came out. And I want to see, this is not me making fun. I want to legitimately see how out of shape I am and how tired I am after performing this, and I want it on camera. And then the end of it, maybe I'll invite this troll out to defend me on some 15-yard routes. He wants a 15-yard post pattern, is what he claims I could not complete. I'm here to tell him I could complete it. There's no doubt in my mind.
Maybe this guy's Treylon Burks on a troll account, for all we know. I was out there today. Burks was not. He was not present. And Rob Moore, his position coach, he brought up that he has asthma. Later in the same media availability, he mentioned, he's got to get healthy and then, get back on track. And I'm thinking, does he have asthma or is he injured? Because it's one or the other here. Because if he's had asthma, he's been dealing with that for years, presumably. And even, as you pointed out, Chad, his former coach from college is mentioning how it took a while to get him into game shape. I don't have any problem, based on what we have seen him do in the Southeastern Conference, that the guy can play at a high level, and be ready to go on game day. But we're now into, week 4 of the offseason, and we're just now having a coach go on the record about this? Why now? And why on a day when he's not even out there? Again, keep in mind, whenever Rob Moore is saying this is pre-practice. So attendance, and I still believe OTAs, the voluntary ones, more or less are a glorified reason for media to take attendance instead of the coach being able to tell you who's not showing up to the voluntary workouts. The media will do it for you and make the fan base upset over who is or is not there and stir that up. But beyond that, after attendance is taken, you're like, oh, by the way, he's not out there today. Now, I was also told he earlier this week has been out there. So and he's completed practices, both in open practices and practices that have been closed to the media. He's completed practices. So it's not like the guy is dropping out of drills left and right and just comes back the next day and repeats that. It's just the speculation has continued because no one's willing to end the speculation. So it's one or the other, and maybe it's both. And that's why I think it's both. He can be both out of shape and have asthma. Chad has asthma. He's out of shape. He just said that. Like, it can happen. It can exist. Therefore, I think it's both. And I think by training camp, the guy will be able to practice and be fine.
Well, you just don't do yourself any service by not just saying it in the beginning. I mean, all the mystery and dodging it.
You don't say it in the beginning.
Well, Treylon Burks could have said it too. He was asked about it. He said, ask Coach Vrabel.
I know.
And then Vrabel wouldn't talk about it. And then I guess Rob Moore didn't get the memo from his head coach about not talking about ailments at all because he comes right out and says he's got asthma.
Yeah, or they're just finally ready to just end the questions, which are the same types of questions because, again, you haven't talked much with Treylon Burks. He has been made available since that day, since that practice that everyone refers to. But both can be true here. And it's not something that is, making him a bust. It's June and it was May and right after the draft when all of this came about. A lot of this is fueled because of who's not here, and that guy's name is A.J. Brown, and knowing what he meant to the offense. So if you want the update on what the new offense looks like, we don't have it for you.